the rare genetic condition that runs in the British royal family. Royal families have a notoriously small gene pool. For centuries, they mostly married their cousins. However, this unnatural selection has had a high price, and it left a mark on many generations of European royals. George III is most known for losing the American colonies, but he was also notoriously insane. He had a mental illness characterized by acute mania. It came in phases and got the best of him by the end of his life. He would speak for hours on end until he was hoarse. He would sometimes write 400-word sentences. George was subjected to the appalling medical treatment of the day. He was bound and gagged and strapped into a chair for hours. In 1811, George finally agreed to make his son regent. By the end of the year, the king had become permanently insane. He went to live in seclusion at Windsor Castle. The Queen continued to visit him, but he failed to recognize her. At Christmas 1819, he spoke nonsense for 58 hours. Soon, he became blind and deaf and unable to walk. He died a month later in 1820. Many suggest his decline was due to an incurable disease. Porphyria is a rare blood disease that affects hemoglobin. One of the enzymes does not do its job properly. Some carriers may never exhibit symptoms. For others, the condition can be deadly. The symptoms include abdominal pain, seizures, and mental deterioration. Scientists have traced the Porphyria gene down the royal bloodline. George might have inherited it from his ancestor, Mary, Queen of Scots. Mary had many typical symptoms, including hysteria. One time when she was 24, she felt a terrible pain in her side. Mary went delirious and in 2 days became blind and mute. She then slipped into a coma for 10 days. However, when the Queen woke up, she felt fine. Mary's father, James V of Scotland, also had similar symptoms. Some descendants of George III appear to have suffered from porphyria. Among them was his granddaughter, Princess Charlotte Augusta of Wales. Princess Victoria, Queen Victoria's daughter, was also suspected to have it. It was deducted from her letters to her physician. The same went for her daughter, Princess Charlotte of Prussia. Frederick the Great of Prussia was a grandson of George I. He likely had an acute form of porphyria. He experienced temporary paralysis as well as widespread nerve pain. Thus, porphyria plagued 3 royal houses: Stuart, Hanover, and Prussia. The most recent case was found in Prince William of Gloucester. He was a cousin of Queen Elizabeth II. William died in an air crash in 1972, at the age of 31. He was reliably diagnosed with variegate porphyria by several doctors. Thankfully, none of the royals have been afflicted by the disease since. Besides, most forms of porphyria are mild and treatable. So we don't have to fear any of the current royals to descend into madness.